What's up, you guys? Today we're going to do a song called In Disarray from Pop Evil. The main riff in this song is a good example of syncopation, and there's a cool chromatic line in it too, so let's zoom in and check it out. Alright, right now I'm in drop D tuning, so I took my 6th string and I tuned it down until it was a D. But if I want to play along to the recording, we're going to have to tune down all the strings an additional half step flat. So we could call this drop D flat tuning, or drop C sharp tuning, because D flat and C sharp are the same note. 3, 4. Now real quick, I said that riff was a good example of syncopation, and if you don't know what syncopation means, it basically just means if I was counting along, 1, 2, 3, 4, and if I would play a note at the same time that I was counting, we'd say that's on the beat, 2, 3, 4, and if I hit a note in between when I was counting, so 1, 2, and 3, and 4, and we would say those notes are off the beat, and syncopation just means we're emphasizing notes off the beat. Now we're going to use palm muting to play this whole riff, so stick your palm down on the strings, and we start off with 2 notes on the 1st fret of the 5th string, followed by the 2nd fret on the 6th string, with a rest right after that. Now to play a rest, we're going to release the pressure on my 2nd finger in this case. So far we had, then I have 2 more hits on the same note, followed by a rest, followed by 1 hit, rest, hit it again, and then another rest. So far we have, then I hit it 3 times, followed by the open 6th string, followed by the 1st fret on the 6th string, and then the riff repeats. So I start off again, we do it a 3rd time, now on the 4th time I start off the same way, but then real quick, right after those 2 hits, I hit an open 6th string, and then I'm going to bend the 4th fret on the 6th string. I'm going to bend it up a half step, which means it's going to sound like the note on the 5th fret. So that's the note we're trying to get to, but we're going to play the 4th fret to do it. We gradually put the bend back down. So the last time would sound like this. 3, 4. Okay, so the main riff is really the same thing as the intro riff, but instead of playing single notes, we're going to put power chords on all of those notes. So instead of playing the first note 2 times, you would put a power chord right there. So nothing, 1, 3, 3. So 2 times, then I have the power chord on the 6th string, 2nd fret. Now, instead of playing a power chord the normal way, because we're in drop D, you have to remember that we can play a power chord with just 1 finger, just by barring my finger across. So I have 2, 2, 2. When we get to the open string, instead of playing that, we're going to play a power chord. So 3 open strings. And then on the last note, instead of playing the 1st fret, we're going to bar our finger across the 1st fret. Now another thing, when I'm playing this riff and I'm playing those rests, when I'm killing the notes, I'm releasing the pressure with my finger, and I'm also using my third finger to touch down on the strings and kill the note, and set my palm down on the strings to help kill the note that way. If we have a lot of distortion, we need all the muting we can get, really. Now after we've played that part 3 times, we start off playing it the same way, and then I drop down to the 5th string, 5th fret, and I'm just going to descend 5, 4, 3, 2. So we did 4 notes descending. Now I shift my 3rd finger to the 3rd fret, and I go down 4 more notes. So we have 3, 2, 1 open. 3, 4. And that's just a power chord on the 5th string, so we have nothing, 2, 4, 4, and we do 1 measure like that. So I count 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Go up to the 2nd fret on the 6th string. Open on the 6th string, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, followed by the 1st fret on the 5th string. Now after we played that 3 more times, last time, one and 2 and 3 and 4 and right after that I'm going to jump up to the 8th fret on the 6th string, and we're going to hit that note with a little bend real quick. 3 times, so 2. And then we'll do a little bit of vibrato, so try to shake that note a little bit. So after that, we're going to go back into the main riff for a bit, and then we have another chorus, and after the 2nd chorus, we're going to go into that solo section. Now we're not going to do the solo in this video, we're going to stick to the rhythm guitar during that part, but it starts off on those same bends. We would do that 4 times instead of just once. After we play that note 4 times, which by the way, if you want, instead of doing that on the 8th fret, you could do it on the 1st fret of the 5th string. It's the same note. But I like to do that right there on the 8th. So after the 4th time of doing that, now I'm going to go down to the 1st fret on the 5th string power chord, and that part's going to sound like this. 2, 3, 4. So I hit that chord, nothing, 1, 3, 3. And then I hit it with palm muting, and then without, and then with, and then without. So far we had, again. Now I'm going to go to the power chord on the 2nd fret, 6th string, 1 time real quick with palm muting, once without, then 2 times with, and once without. So that part would sound like this. When we put them together, and 1 time right at the the end, we'll end it with that same run that we ended the main riff with. Alright, I hope this video helps you out. Now, one thing I wanted to add to this. If you listen to some heavy music, I think you probably should practice playing some songs in drop D tuning, but I don't think that is the only tuning that you should use. When I first discovered drop D tuning years ago, I thought that it was so awesome that I could play a power chord with one finger that it turned into almost any time that I had to play a power chord, I would play it only on the 6th string with one finger. And I started getting worse at playing the more standard power chord shape, and I didn't know it at the time, but that power chord shape is actually a really useful shape for guitar for a lot of reasons. And just for a couple quick examples, by practicing the normal power chord shape, it starts getting your hand ready for a lot of other more complex chords that you might want to play in the future. It also gives you more options about where you're playing your power chords, and that could be important depending on what you're going to play after it. So it's fine to play in drop D tuning, just make sure that you're still practicing the more standard power chord shape. If this video helped you out, remember to hit like, make sure to subscribe. We're going to do tons of stuff. Follow me on social media, and I'll see you next time.